a mindset. Like, I could delete my Instagram, but the reason why my Instagram looks like that doesn't just fade away because I deleted my pictures. We got a couple other things. We got some other things we got to pull up. We got a couple videos here. Why don't we pull it up?
You could always archive them.
Scroll down. So that's your Instagram. Mike, keep going. No, too fast. Go back up. Okay. Up. Oh, thank you. Okay, pause there. Click on that one with the flower. Yeah. Is that are you wearing a hijab? No. Is that a hijab? No, that's not a hijab. Oh, okay. Would that be Oh, I thought it was a hijab. Scarf. No, that's not a hijab. Tab over to the video next. Control tab over. Okay, so play this. So this is you. Oh, that's a performance I just did. In the Islamic faith, is female on female, whatever this is it halal? No, it's not.
But then how you do it? Why are you doing it? Wait, hold on. And then
singing too, isn't it?
No, I was doing my poetry.
I don't mind the singing. But next. Okay, play. This is you twerking. Hello.
Can you show this on YouTube?
I'm sure it's fine. Okay, next. This is you being served champagne in a rather, I guess that's a wrapper or something.
Yes.
Okay, next. And then this is your outfit, booty out, cheeks out.
Defend that myself. That looks fun as fuck. I'm not gonna.
Thank you.
How Muslim?
Yeah.
Are you?
They're
How
not.
Muslim are you?
They showed everything.
I don't believe in religion.
Oh, okay, but you grew up.
I grew up. As
You're from Iran?
Yes.
And wait, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I moved in.
What would they do to her in Iran?
You totally missed the Ramadan story.
Get the rocks. Yeah. Abdul? Yeah. Get the rocks. Get the rocks.
That's why, I mean, there's a lot of question in my mind because I was born and raised as Muslim, and then I read Quran, and I read Torah, I read the Bible, read all of that, and I looked at myself and I was like, yeah, that's a no for me. All of it.
You to be fair, though, you seem, correct me if I'm wrong, you still hold kind of a conservative, 100%. Reserved persona.
Yeah, I just don't want to label myself as such, any of them. I'm like, you have one life, you come to this world, go discover, figure this world out on your own and have an idea about what life is. You don't have to submit to any other book that is available. You can read them, have an idea, take what resonates, just drop what doesn't, and don't label yourself as any. You're a few human being, and you can just live.
I was asking because you seem to come from one extreme and you're not at the other extreme. You're kind of in the middle as far as like reservation, humility, being more humble, reserved. Do you think that the sort of modern conception of liberation, especially from women, tied directly, it just seems to be the case that the most direct form of, quote, liberation happens to be sexual? Do you think that's a misstep for women?
To me, it totally is, because that's why I asked her, how do you define empowerment? Because unfortunately, what we see as, I call it being rebellious towards whatever is being set as rules. That's being rebellious, but that has nothing to do with being empowered. This is my idea. You might not be agreeing with this, but for me, it's like the way I look at every human being. I believe that we're magic, and I believe we start as a thought, an idea. You were an idea. Your parents decided to have a child. So you start as an idea, and through a woman's body, which is a portal of manifesting human beings, we manifest and become physical beings from an idea to what I've become. This to me is magic. It's magical. So that magic is bigger than any kind of religion, any kind of book, any kind of law that you could just read and put yourself under and believe that is have come from
would
God.
You agree that a woman creating a life, you call it magical, Do you think that's far more empowering than just showing your cleavage?
100%.
Yeah.
It's to me, it's like it's when I go back to magic, I'm like, this precious magic of human body is very worthy of being treated like a magic that is. It is.
And you're saying if Gandalf, you've seen Lord of the Rings, right?
Yeah.
Well, if Gandalf uses magic the whole entire movie, it wouldn't mean anything, right? So imagine swapping
Gandalf.
Yeah, I know. Imagine swapping Gandalf's magic for he had boobs instead, and he just showed him the entire movie.
I mean, to me, it's like all women have boobs. Like it's not the different shapes, and there's nothing special and extraordinary for showing it to say that's an empowerment for me.
I do have to let the chat come in. We have actually religious. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Sorry for the delay on this.
I thought the alien tree lover would be the most insane on the show. Then the Muslim not Muslim / Christian opened her mouth. Word salad nom 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 nom.
Yo, thank you for the TTS message. I do really appreciate it. Who is the... Wait, hold on.
It's funny because I don't believe in religion, but I have my own idea
would you say you're in the
respecting a woman, being a woman, and respecting myself. I believe as a woman you have to respect yourself first, then demand respect from men. You can't just be whatever society wants you and programming you as an empowered.
Okay.
You can, submit to that and then call yourself empowered just because this is what society accepts or believes that's an empowerment. That's not it.
It was probably a bunch of dudes who sold women on empowerment, meaning be promiscuity and showing your body.
Yes.
They're all just behind a curtain somewhere.
In terms of religion, would you say you're in the process of discovery, or are you just completely closed off to it?
All your life you're in process of discovery. It never ends. The process of discovery never ends.
So you never fully commit to one?
To religion?
Yeah.
When I wasn't aware of what it was, of course I was. You go through all the as you said, the process of awareness. To me, it was some kind of awareness of what is it. So who wrote this? Why should I, with this limited life time that I have on earth, should believe somebody else's belief about what this earth and life is? Why? Because I tend to question everything. I question myself. I question everything all the time, and I believe everybody has to.
Okay, I'm going to move things on. So even if I'm not even
the sheikh, the mufti, the ayatollah.
The Ayatollah, I don't know, whoever, comes down and is like, you got to take down those titty pics. You gonna do it?
I'm not ready to do it. So why would I put myself in a position to force myself to do something I'm not ready to do, just to go back and probably do it again because I wasn't ready in the first place?
To force you to not sin in that you've acknowledged that you're actively doing?
If you force someone to do anything, make any type of change, they're not going to stick to it because they weren't ready in the first place. It's like the hijab. All Muslim women are not wearing the hijab because they're not ready.
You can always archive them.
You can always archive them.
It's not that they're not ready. Some can, some they don't have a choice. It's just there's so
definitely not ready.
Yeah,
but there's so many reasons.
Some
you don't
they're
think,
not ready. Some
and you don't think you should live in any particular society that forces people to do things so long as they're not ready?
Wait, what did you say?
Are you okay with a society that allows people to do what they want without using force against them so long as they're not ready to change?
Absolutely not. As I also stated earlier, that some sins are worse than others, and I don't think people should just be allowed to do whatever it is they want to do to whomever.
Okay, I think...
But my pictures are not hurting anyone.
Pictures... No, hold on. You running around, I would call that public indecency. You know, I would say that regardless if you weren't ready or not to stop showing your butt cheeks to the public, I would say, well, no, I would actually forcefully remove you from the street.
Fortunately, I think I could wear more than half of that stuff in LA to a nightclub.
Yeah, I'm saying that's not a great thing because just because people do it right now, and that's the culture, it doesn't mean like suddenly that it's acceptable or it's not a misstep. It could be a misstep from women in general. I think it is. I think women believing that using what they have as leverage. By the way, women's leverage is not brute force. It's their bodies. It's that they're the gatekeepers of sex and procreation. That's their power. You've been sold in a liberal society that you're to invert your power and make it for free and call that power. I'm telling you, you've been sold a lie. Well, you've been sold 2 lies, Islam too. So, but that's a different debate. Could you see how it could be a lie, though? The kind of sort of like go-to. Just go right to sex. Just show your body. That's the way to be empowered.
I mean, I could see where you're coming from a worldly perspective, but that's why I also mentioned intention. Like, what is my intention behind posting those pictures? Why do I feel like comfortable posting pictures? Because not every girl's Instagram looks like that. Not every woman is out there showing their cleavage. You know, some people feel more comfortable covered up. Some people feel more comfortable showing it off. It just depends on the person. But you guys showed everything but my Ramadan story, and I'm very sad about that.
Oh yeah, we should put it in contrast to the app.
We should. It's like bad faith, you know?
Yeah, it's a different spelling for fasting.
It's all of me.
Okay. Cool. Well, yeah.
Indeed.
Wait, hold on. Have you ever spoken to God?
Absolutely. It was just Ramadan.
Stop. No, sorry. Go ahead.
Wait, what do you mean, have I ever spoken to God? Like, prayed? I pray. Yeah.
Do you speak to... hold on. Sorry, guys. We're doing some camera stuff.
Do I speak to Allah? Do I pray? Do I do salah?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So if God spoke to you and was like, you need to take those Instagram posts down, would you take them down?
Yes.
Okay. All right. But like one of the top representatives of the faith, no. But if it was direct from God, then yes.
Well, this doesn't make sense because you believe in what's written in the Quran and the Hadiths, right?
I do.
Isn't that dictated and extrapolated through man?
I think that those rules are meant for everyone under the faith. If Allah spoke directly to me, I would think, like, by the time that happens, it would probably be my same sentiments.
Okay, but you don't consider that the books and the traditions of Islam throughout time is God speaking through men?
It absolutely is, but he's speaking to everyone. If I had a direct conversation from him, like, it would be like...
the specialist command, the specialist command of your behavior. Yes. Even though, what if he said, I already wrote this for you?
Then that would also be a special, like...
Yeah, but don't you already hold the belief he already wrote this for you?
Allah has not come down and said to my face, I wrote this for you, this part. You need to take your Instagram pictures down. That hasn't been a conversation.
Are you saying that because you know that's impossible?
No, it's not impossible. I don't think people have told stories. People have told stories about how they've experienced their faith, and Jesus alayhi salam has said this to them in their dreams. Like, there's been so many different stories. Yeah.
But has it ever happened to you that you feel like happened to you?
Hold on, guys. Hold on.
To the fake Muslim, what are the 5 pillars of Islam? Also, do you pay your zakat?
To pay zakat, you have to be financially able to do so, to give, I think it's 10%, right?
Okay.
10% of your finances.
And then the 5 pillars of Islam?
The 5 pillars of Islam. It's definitely Ramadan, Salah, zakat is one of them. I'm missing 2. Do you remember?
Sorry.
No? There's 2. I'm missing 2.
Eric, thank you.
I let that go a long
Eric,
time
thank
ago.
you for the message. I do appreciate it. We have Inquisitor Zeal. Chairs 1 to 4 have said, I believe about 100 times. Question for you all. Where and when did you get the idea that what you believe is more important than civilizational, religious, or traditional standards?
I never said anything about religion because I don't have any connection to any of that stuff, so that shouldn't have been about me. But
What was the question again?
Beliefs.
Basically, like, why do you believe that what you believe is more important than societal traditions and customs?
Why do I never said I do believe that. I said this is the life that I chose. This is what I believe what life is about, and this is my point of view.
And I'm speaking from my perspective, from what Allah wrote for me.
For you, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So what I have going on is not more important than anyone else's experience.
Okay, we have a message here from
Allah donated $200. Take the pictures down and speak your accountability.
I'm speaking about it,
Hello,
so
Allah.
I'm taking my accountability. Oh, I got the joke now.
because it's
I got it.
yeah.
Thanks.
Okay.
Yeah, well,
Is that a no? All right.
that's it.
All right. Here, we're going to get on to the next thing then. Let's see here. We're going to go to Sammy. Sammy, you said that you disagree, I believe this is, with that Christian guy who talks about bullshit. I assume you're talking about Andrew Wilson.
I don't know his name, but
Okay, it's probably Andrew.
I only saw.
We have another representative. You're Orthodox Christian, right? Mm-hmm. So he can also, you can also, I guess, direct your inquiry to him.
Yeah, and I could answer as Andrew if you want.
The only thing because I only saw like clips of him, and the only thing that kind of threw me through a loop was I'm pretty sure he said that he was a reborn virgin, even though he slept with a bunch of women, but he was a virgin now because he got baptized, so it didn't matter. But it didn't apply the same way to women, so I was like, that didn't make sense. So I don't know. I was just a little confused on that worldview. I thought that was odd. You can be baptized, all of a sudden you're a virgin. If so, I mean, doesn't that mean if I was Christian, my OF wouldn't matter? Because then I could just pray and all of a sudden I'm fine as...
Well, if you repented, I mean, that's one thing. Like, the point of Christianity, this aspect anyway, is that you confront everything you've done and you acknowledge that it's inconsistent with the faith that you're entering. And through entering the faith, there's a baptism, and through baptism, you're basically renewing yourself in a sense. But it doesn't mean all of those things don't count. Your sins don't actually just go away; they're still there from that perspective.
So that's invalid then that he's.
Well, I would just say you misrepresented my argument. So, I mean, I think you just kind of heard him say something, but I don't think you're properly phrasing what he means by that. He also could have been being hyperbolic, which he is a lot.
That's possible.
So are there other disagreements, or is that your only disagreement?
No, I had seen a clip about it, and I just thought it was odd. Other than that, I don't even
know if he said any of that, but
who knows?
It doesn't sound like Andrew. But so he said that when he was young,
No, he said that he, obviously he had slept with women, and that recently or whatever, he had been baptized, whatever, repented, whatever you guys call it, and then that he was saved and didn't matter no more, and he was a reborn virgin.
No, he would never. I mean, if he was making fun.
No. That way.
If he was making fun of someone who took that view, but I can assure you he doesn't take the view of that's that you suddenly don't have the past of sin.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, other than that was just something I thought was pretty funny, so.
You didn't take anything else that he said? I don't know, because we talk on this show. There's a lot of women empowerment talk, liberation, rights, and all of this stuff. Yeah. There's a lot more to pick and choose from.
Yeah, I mean, the religion stuff, since that's kind of the topic they were on, I definitely didn't really tend to tune in too much. That's not kind of my thing. I don't really worry about that stuff. So.
Okay. Let's see. Going to Alien, you said the guy that you're seeing threatened to get his dog to attack you because he thought you were leaving the situationship when you told him that you guys need to talk.
Yeah, so over Christmas or something, I was having there was a bunch of stuff going on. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to delve into that as well. But I had hit him up with a message saying hey, we need to talk because I was scared about something. And so I kind of ghosted him for right after that because everything got too much. And I was I don't really have time to talk to you about whatever I need to talk about. He lives like right next door to me, so I was like, oh wait, whatever. And literally like the day that I was about to like come and talk to him about whatever, he was like, don't fucking talk to me anymore. You're a threat to my family. I'm gonna get my dog on you. And I was like, what the fuck? Can I just get my stuff back? And he like took my stuff and burned it. So it was weird. It was a weird situation. But I didn't do anything wrong.
Is that when you started to move toward trees, or was that before?
She's been dealing with the trees for a minute.
Yeah.
Why trees?
I just think anything is better than people.
Fair.
Yeah.
But aren't you anthropomorphizing the tree as a person?
No, not really.
I mean, how else could you possibly conceive of a being that you're interacting other than referencing a person?
What do you mean?
Like, if you think you're talking to a being, isn't the only reference you have for being a human like the way, if you can talk to someone and communicate to someone directly, isn't it the case that everything you learned about communication is from other people?
No, I don't really think so.
Is there anything else you're capable of talking to that's not a tree, like any object, or?
I mean, I talk to plants, I talk to animals, but
from your view, can non-living things be beings?
I mean,
like
they're
objects?
Alive. Well, not non-living things,
Okay.
right? I don't go around talking to my books like, oh my God, I love you. Like, you need to stay here, da-da-da. But, like, I talk to, like, things that are alive. You know what I mean?
Wait, but the pages are made from trees, so.
But they're not alive.
Oh, okay. It's dead.
It's dead, yeah.
Okay. So you don't believe in talking to dead people?
I mean, get my Ouija board if you want, but.
Interesting.
Let's see. We have a chat here from Ben, 2chair1. I didn't catch her name. It's Becky, right, JIMBOB? I think her name is definitely Becky. This is like a inside joke.
Yeah, there's a lot of expected inside jokes from my audience. So.
Yo, Ben, thank you so much for the soup chat, man. Really appreciate it. Welcome to the stream. Your name is not, in fact...
Is it?
My name is Sam.
Oh. Sam. Her name is Sam, ladies and gentlemen. We have a TTS coming in here for, I believe she's rejoining us. So that TTS is coming in right now. Thank you, Jordan.
Jordan Flores donated $200. That little boy is a comedian, but not stand-up. Also, to the poet, Allah predetermined you to be a 304 and a Muslim impersonator. Don't worry about all of this logic stuff.
What?
Do you want to respond? Here, scoot your chair into the table. Scoot it in.
I don't know what to say, except for nothing.
Okay. Did I miss the? You're a comedian? You're a comedian? Is
I'm
that
an underground comedian?
You're an underground comedian.
Indeed.
Do you do stand up?
No. What's an underground comedian? I have fans. Let's put it that way. What
does that mean?
Wow, that was
sorry, y'all.
good job. That was great. Love it. Okay. All right. Here, I'm gonna get into some of the. Do I do the? Fuck it. Let's just do the questionnaire. Actually, you know what? Here. Fuck it. M1 Grand. Ask everyone to rate their own looks on a scale of 1 to 10. You can't pick 7. I'm gonna start with you. Go ahead.
A 15.
Okay, so she says 10. I'll come back to you. What about you?
I'm not doing that.
You have to.
I'm not.
You have to.
I'm not doing it.
Why not?
Because I just think that's degrading.
How would it be degrading?
Because
Bro,
I'm about to rate myself a number.
Wait, it's degrading. Hold on.
What if people in your comments said you're a 10? Would you eliminate those comments because they're
That's what
degrading?
they think, but I'm not rating myself.
Wait, you let other people degrade you then?
I can't stop people from degrading.
You can
Someone
delete
just
their
called me a
comments?
304. What am I supposed to do?
No, if someone on your account says you're a 10, right? Mm-hmm. That would be degrading, right?
It wouldn't be coming from me, but if they want to do that, I can't stop people from saying what they want to say.
Would you take it as a compliment?
Whatever.
I just don't understand the connection there. It seems to be the case, if you rate yourself, it's degrading because you're putting a sort of value on an object, right? Mm-hmm. But you present your body as an object to the
object.
Yeah, but you present your body as an object.
I mean, you think of my body as an object.
No, you know the audience. You know who you're playing to. Don't play naive. When those guys look at your pictures and your ass and all that, right? They are looking at you not as a being, not as a Muslim, not as your personality. They're looking at your flesh and blood, right? And they're saying, that object, do I want that or not, right?
I disagree with you based on my DMs.
Based on your DMs.
Yes, because you're talking about the people who follow me, right?
Wow. You should use that. You should use that with a judge one day.
You're basically putting your own thoughts on the people who follow me, but you don't know the people who follow me, and I don't know all the people who follow me. But when I receive comments, no, it's not just them objectifying my body parts.
What do they say in your DMs? They say, "Oh, I want to learn about Islam more based on your pictures."
I've actually had Islamic conversations in my DMs. That's actually good news.
That's good news for Christianity, then.
And also, I would like to pose a question as to why the same strict expectations of a Muslim are not put on Christians. Because there was some people here, I think, who said they were Christian, and they have their own.
I think it's stronger because in Christianity we have free will, and in Islam you don't. So you actually can get out of you have a loophole in your system, being that Allah already wrote all of your behaviors, including those behaviors. So from a Christian view, we have secondary cause, which means we have the will. Right? And even God's foreknowledge of all things doesn't take away our will to act. So when we're confronted with something we do wrong that's inconsistent with our faith, we actually have it harder. Now, if you're referring to general Western progressive like Protestantism, I think that's a good critique. I would agree with you. But not Orthodox Christianity.
But the same idea of...
Who's a Christian?
The same idea of you asking for forgiveness and hoping God forgives you is the same thing in Islam. I'm asking for forgiveness, hoping Allah will forgive me.
God made you do it.
Yeah, but, well, first of all, God made you do it, ultimately wrote it. But two, you can say you're not ready. A Christian can't use that cope inside of church. You couldn't confess your sins, acknowledge that they're sinful or wicked, even worse, like wicked, the knowledge of sin, and still doing it, and say, I just wasn't ready. You know, that's a cop-out. That's like, you imagine we use that for anything else in life. We just simply say, well, I know what I'm doing is wrong. I, as the arbiter of truth and power, say I'm not ready. No, well, how would you know you're not ready if you don't actually try to do it? You wouldn't even know you're not ready.
You can't say I'm not trying because you don't know if I'm trying or not.
Delete one picture right now.
No.
See? You're not trying.
The reasons I have the pictures up are not going to be eliminated by me deleting the pictures.
Yeah, but that's
so I'm going to delete a picture just to post another one, again, because I wasn't ready to do it in the first place.
Okay, then you're admitting that you have a proclivity toward a certain behavior that you know is wrong.
That's what I've been saying. I said that I am Muslim. I am not. I'm not Islam.
Okay.
Like I'm not Allah speaking.
Okay. Even if I granted you that the proclivity, the internal workings that has you want to do X, and doing X are two different things. That's actually in favor of my position, which is to say, you could actually delete all that stuff and deal with internally the battle of your proclivity and what you're drawn to doing. You don't actually have to do it. You can still look inside and go, oh, I really want to do this thing. Other people do this. There are worse things that are actually illegal that we can't even talk about on the panel. Yeah. They actually have to deal with the internal workings of their own proclivities.
Because they're harming other people. I'm not harming anyone.
Well, that's up in the air. Harm, I think you showing yourself half naked or nearly naked in public I think that's a type of harm.
You could put haikus in your captions.
I could put what?
You could put haikus in your captions at the very least.
Why don't you
make it more poetic?
Why don't you do the bold thing? And this is amazing that I'm advocating for this because poetry is cringe to me. Why don't you do the bold thing and try to do poetry the traditional way and try to gain value from that, as opposed to calling nudity poetry?
I didn't call nudity poetry.
Well, you did. You
I
said
said it
it's
was
a
a
type
part of my poetry. A part.
That's
You
the
guys
same
didn't
thing.
even play my poetry.
So what's the other part?
The poems.
Oh, the
He
poem.
didn't-
Oh, the titty pics come with poems.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't
They
know
do.
that. I didn't see the
It's on
audio.
Spotify and Apple Music if you guys want to listen to it.
I didn't see the
Here,
titty
let's
pic
get
poems.
back to it.